You know, I've had these Biltwell gloves for quite a while now. These are the Biltwell Moto gloves, and these are great gloves. I love these gloves. These gloves are light. They're very flexible. They breathe really well. But truth of the matter is, they're nothing more than like a mechanic's glove. There's really no significant level of protection for these things. Not at all. But yeah, I think I'm ready for an upgrade. I think I want to upgrade these gloves. What do you think? All right. Pretty good, huh? Okay, so these I just got. I don't have really any miles on these things. I had to wear them around the house to kind of break them in a little bit, because these things are super tight. I'm going to tell you straight up, these things are super tight. Now, these are the Reax Tasker Gloves. I like the look of them, but I'm going to be honest with you, these things are super small. I'm a large. Normally, I'm a large. Almost every glove I've ever worn it was a large. These gloves here are 2XL. Now, the first time I tried to get these gloves, I got them. I asked the wife for Christmas. I couldn't even get my hand in the glove. Couldn't do it. I gave up on them. I'm like, you know what? That's fine, whatever. And I just said, ah, to heck with it. So then recently, I've been thinking about, you know, upgrading gloves again, because, you know, wherever I can get more protection, I think that'd be great. Eventually, what I'd like to do is get one of those like armored, armored flannels. If you guys are familiar with MisplacedMotoVlogger, he wears one. I was basically talking to him about that. I was asking him about size and stuff like that, so I figure he likes it, or else he wouldn't be wearing it. So that's something I think I'd like to do. But anyway, as far as these gloves, so again, recently I was like, you know what, let me try to grab these gloves up again. So this time I said, you know what, I'm going to measure these things. I'm going to use the size chart, and I'm going to measure, and I'm going to get the right size. Now I'm thinking, all right, I'm probably going to wind up as an XL, because I'm normally a large. But then, like, somewhere in the back of my head, I'm saying, well, you know what, the large, I literally could not even get my hand in it. So is the extra large really going to be that much bigger? But I used the sizing chart, I measured my hand, and I was a 10. And I think that's, you know, 10 to 10 and a half, they say, is extra large. So I'm like, all right, this should fit great. Well, I ordered the extra large, and again, too small. So I ordered these off of RevZilla, and I said to myself, well, what the heck, why don't I just ride down there? I didn't ride down there, I drove down there. Me and the wife went. So I said, why don't we just go down there, I'll try on whatever gloves, and if I see something I like and it fits nice, you know, I'll grab them up, and then I'll just return the extra larges. No harm, no foul. So I went down to the RevZilla showroom. It's right down there in the Navy Yard, 26th Street, I think it is, right inside the Navy Yard. And I was looking at these gloves, and man, I wasn't feeling any of them. I didn't like the way any of them looked. They did not have these there. I couldn't try these on because they were not in the showroom. So I said to my wife, I said, listen, I said, I don't really like the look of these. I don't like the way any of these really feel. I said, I'm going to try to get the 2X. I'm going to bump it up to the 2X, and I'm going to see how they work. Now, I'm not used to wearing gloves like this. I'm used to wearing like mechanics gloves or those Biltwell Moto gloves. I don't know what a good quality protective glove is supposed to feel like, and that's the truth. But I do know that I love when, you know, leather breaks in and works its way. You know, you work that leather and it just fits you literally like a glove. or like a good pair of shoes or boots. You know, when you break in a good pair of boots, a really good leather pair of boots, it just, there's something just fantastic about that. So I am hoping that as I put some miles on these gloves, they break in and they mold to my hand, and I get the best of both worlds. I get some protection, and I get that comfort back. My goal was to just get a little bit of a better level of protection. Again, this is not a review per se, because I have no miles on these gloves at all. But I can give you my first impressions of these gloves and tell you what to watch out for. And this is only specific to my experience. Your experience may be different, but I can tell you for me. But I measured myself, I used the size chart, and I measured myself, and I was coming up as an extra large. Like I said, I measured a 10, a little more than a 10, but 10 to 10 and a half was supposed to be an extra large. And it was way too tight, so I had to bump up to a 2X. I'll let you know more about them as I ride and get some miles on them, and we'll see where they shake out. Aside from the gloves, there were a couple other things, a couple other goodies I got from RevZilla. Some things I'm going to be changing out on the bike. I got a Cardo Pack Talk Bold. I got the 2-pack because my buddy Gomez was interested in getting it. I kind of strong-armed, I don't want to say I strong-armed him, but you know, I was kind of like, yo man, if you're ever thinking about getting one of these things, it's a little bit cheaper if you get a 2-pack. I'm going to get one if you want to get one, blah 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 blah. So he's like, yeah, okay. He even went out and got a full face helmet so he could use it, so that was kind of cool. So we bought the 2-pack. You get a little bit of a break on the unit price if you buy a 2-pack, so that's what we did. So I'm going to be doing that. And then the big thing, the really big thing, is I purchased shocks and springs for this motorcycle, as well as bushings. So I'm going to be doing a shock and spring install. I went with the Progressives. Again, I look for bang for the buck, you know, and I did some investigating, and it seemed like the 412s and the standard springs, you know, improve the ride over the stock. And a big reason for that is the test ride that I did on that Softail Slim really opened my eyes to what a really a nicely handling motorcycle can do for your confidence and just the overall ride. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one. I appreciate you checking in. Check some of the other videos out if you're not subscribed. I'd really love to have you as a subscriber. If you are a subscriber and you're checking back in, or even if you're not subscribed and you're checking back in, if you've been here a few other times, I appreciate that. Have fun, ride safe. I'll catch you on the next one.